What's up, y'all? I'm December.
And I'm Shinye.
And welcome to a brand new podcast called The Coulture. The Coulture is a collective of people who have a passion for all things creative.
And now we are starting a podcast to tap into the minds of other creatives who share that same passion.
Each episode, The Coulture is bringing you artists that we believe are creating their very own culture.
From their upbringing to their influences.
We want to know what inspires them to do what they do.
They pulling up my grave sites.
Not a grave sites. That's
different.
messed up.
All right, welcome back to The Coulture Podcast. I'm your host, December.
And I'm Shinye. And we got a special guest today, Rob Lorie.
All
good,
right,
man?
welcome.
Thank y'all so much. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited
Of course,
to be here.
man.
Yeah.
My homie, Max, December.
Come on, man.
So happy to be here. Thank y'all.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, so you are our first guest.
Let's go.
Okay. So, you're a special person for us. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, so I've been tapping into your music.
Let's go.
I was not familiar with you. He was, because y'all already know each other, right?
For sure.
So I've been
And
tapping
I love
in.
his music. I was bumping it on the way literally this morning when I woke up. Like, I love your last EP, and
Thanks, bro.
I want to know, what's happening more, bro. Where are you from, by the way?
So I was born in Stamford, Connecticut. My dad's side of the family is from there, but I was raised in small town, North Carolina, Hookerton, North Carolina. Yes, I'm an East Coast guy.
Hookerton, North Carolina.
Super small. So here's the thing. It's called Hookerton, super, super small town. Some people might be familiar with Greenville, North Carolina. It's a little bigger. We got a university there.
Okay, I'm familiar.
Yeah. An hour east of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So question.
Yep.
Hookerton, North Carolina. How did it get its name? Fishermen or hookers?
Right.
This is a valid question.
No, that's a great question.
Like, the
Hookers.
Lakers are named after, because they used to be in Michigan or
I think they
wherever
was
with the
in
lakes.
Cleveland. They was in Cleveland.
They were somewhere around the
something
lakes.
like that. The lakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
lakes.
Yeah. Great question. I don't know the origin of the name. I don't.
I
don't know.
Yasmin, I'm gonna need you to dig into this. I need to know.
I
what
don't
the
think it's
Hookerton is
because
named
there are a
for.
lot of hookers, to be clear.
It's a lot of fishermen.
Perhaps, yeah. It is a
Has to
fisherman
be.
town.
We down there. Yeah, we down there.
Yeah,
in
let's
South
say
Carolina.
that.
Is that
Okay.
low country?
You're gonna make me think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I grew up going to the creek to fish. So let's say
See, okay.
it was because they had a lot of fishermen and not hookers.
Look at us
Okay.
changing history as we speak. We just made up some
Fisherman
shit, and that's the
Rob,
new
huh?
truth.
I like December. Thank you. That is great. I'm gonna tell that story on every podcast going forward.
Love that. Okay. So I was tapping into your music, right? So I just want to know, how would you describe your music? Like, are we thinking neo soul? Are we thinking R&B? Are we thinking gospel fusion?
Yeah, that's a great question. So on all of the digital platforms, technically I'm classified as R&B soul, which I'm not mad at because I think it's a little bit of R&B, it's a little bit of soul. My background comes from gospel music, and so like the soul that you hear is rooted in gospel, in the gospel sound. But I would just say it's R&B soul, but literally I want to make my own genre called take home music. Take home music, and I'll tell you why. It's because I intentionally make hooks and choruses that are a little bit catchy, so that the listener can take it home. They might find themselves humming this music like a day or two later. Where did that come from? Oh, that's that Rob Lorie track.
I love that.
Because you took it home.
Yeah.
And so, but again, the flip side of it is it's catchy, like you can remember it, but also underline, like you're gonna start feeling better too. Like because of the lyrics. Intentionally, like I'm making lyrics for people to feel good, to be inspired, to be motivated. And so I'm kind of like sneaking that in.
And that's what every time I listen to music, that's exactly how I feel, man.
But also, you were humming his stuff earlier, and I
Already?
asked you, I was like, what is that? He was like, it was
I
your
said,
music.
oh, that's
go.
that new Rob
Yeah.
Lorie.
Let's go.
I don't know nothing about
This
that.
my homie.
man.
This my bro. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
man. Of course, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. So you said church, right? I know you mentioned church.
Yeah.
Is that where you started music, or is that?
Yeah, I would say that's definitely my first memory of music.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up in a single parent home. My mom did the best she could to support me and my sister, and so they say it takes a village. It took a village, and so one of my great aunts used to always pick me up on Saturday mornings to go to church for choir rehearsal. And then on Saturday mornings, and then the very next Sunday, I would go sing in the choir. And so the church really raised me, and I started singing in the church. Shout out to Miss Gloria, who was my youth choir director.
Miss Gloria.
Miss Gloria, she literally used to give me solos. like before I even knew that I could sing.
Wow.
And it was because of that is really where the skill grew for real.
She saw that energy in
Wow.
you. She said, I see a star.
She did, and it boosted me up. I was like, oh
Yeah.
snap, I'm a singer.
Yeah, it takes a village, just like you said, man, and that's cool. That I think we all as artists, we all have that one person in our life that like
Yeah,
just gave us the green light, man. You know what I mean?
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's like Steph Curry, right? Imagine if one of his coaches just never said, just keep shooting it.
Yeah,
He just kept shooting it. And
I
kept
love
shooting
that,
it.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for saying that. Miss Gloria literally gave me the green light to be a singer.
Shout out to Miss Gloria, man.
Miss
Shout out to
Gloria.
Miss Gloria.
I love you so much, Miss Gloria. Thank you so much. Low key, like I probably wouldn't, and people say it all the time, but I probably wouldn't be here. Like literally, she taught me how to sing.
Nah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to Miss Gloria.
That's real, man.
Man, shout out to all the mentors out there.
Let's
Like,
go.
Right.
Anybody who has that energy to put into somebody new is like just amazing. That's an amazing person right there. Like in their
agree.
soul. They're a good person and like really see some just something beautiful in a human being coming up in the world and really
Yeah.
devoting that energy to that person.
Yeah.
Because as you get older, you get tired. Like
Right.
you ain't got no time to be
December,
like
come on, you
you ain't
talking?
got no time to be like, man, I ain't got no time for you, kid. I've been working.
Yeah.
I
Life
got
be
years on
happening.
you. I got years on you. You don't know nothing about this. Watch out, bro.
No, nothing
For
about
sure.
this.
So
Ain't no
to
solo.
make time
Yeah.
for somebody to pour into somebody, that's so important.
It is.
Yeah.
That is special, man. That is extremely
You know
special.
what? So I know that you opened up for Tabitha Brown. How did that come to be? She just seems like an amazing person, just
So
a sweet
good.
soul. Like,
That's Aunty.
Yeah,
Yes.
super sweet soul. Yeah. So I think again, going back to like it takes a village. So I moved out to LA and I was super new. I came out here for school. And so I had some availability. She opened a restaurant in the Valley. And I was just like, okay, I'm on scholarship for school, so I ain't got a lot of bills, but I still need some money. And so I hit her up in her DM, said, hey, I got some morning availability if y'all are hiring, and I can work for you.
Yeah.
And so I got hired on the spot after my interview. And it just so happened that, I was a great server, but also she knew that I was a musician. And so she had kind of like an open mic at the restaurant. And like people like, celebrities that we know were hitting her down, just like, I want to perform there. I want to perform there. She said, I appreciate it, but I'm going to start in-house first. Rob, you can have your first show here in LA. So I had my first show at the restaurant because she saw me, because she believed in me. And so fast forward, I graduated from Icon. I had left the restaurant and now I'm working. And she is going on a book tour and she remembered me. She was just like, hey, I would love for you to open up during this book tour. And I was super grateful for it. I did it and it was a great experience. But just to your point, she is a beautiful soul. She's a beautiful spirit. And low key, like we're both from North Carolina. And I think that played a part. But also she saw something in me and she was willing to invest that time. Just like we were talking about mentorship. She was willing to invest in me. And I'll forever be grateful for that.
Yeah, man.
that's hella cool.
Yeah.
That is. Again, it's important, man. Shout out to y'all. Like, shout out to people behind the scenes that are really just motivating people and giving themselves to someone. And again, take home, right?
Come on.
Take home. She gave you something to take home, for real, man.
She
just like you're doing
did,
in your music.
literally.
So, and you know, Auntie Tab does that for me and for a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shout out to you, Tabitha
Shout
Brown,
out to
for
Auntie
real.
Tab.
Yeah, yeah.
I've actually never heard of a musician opening up for a book tour before. So this is the first time I've heard of that.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, she does her own thing.
Yeah.
And like to your point, like it's not too super common, but she was just like, "Nah, I want you," and it happened.
I
That's what
love
I'm
that.
talking about.
Give me hype to read these chapters. Like, let's get it.
Right? Come on.
Not
By the
to
way, that's a
read the
great book. By the way,
chapters.
I love
yeah, Feeding the Soul.
I love
That's
that
funny.
energy.
Man, you were talking about, so I know you mentioned school and you said something about Icon. So tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I graduated from Icon Collective College of Music in 2022. I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought, bro, this is a cool story. I thought I was done with school. Shout out to Appalachian State University. I got my bachelor's degree in psychology there, and then I got my master's in social work from Howard University.
Okay.
I thought I was done with school, right?
Right.
So I was a professional social worker. Before I started pursuing music full time.
Okay.
I started pursuing music full time in 2016. Before that, I was a family therapist, and I also did some counseling on the collegiate level. And so it was until 2018 that I said, you know what, I'm gonna pursue music. I'm gonna move to New York City. I did that, and I was in New York grinding, trying to make it happen, like literally living the struggling artist life. But I enjoyed it because I'm pursuing this dream. Like, I feel called to do this.
Right.
The pandemic hit, 2020 hit. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And so I had a homegirl who was on the worship team for me at the time. She sent me what I thought was a flyer for like a grant, like an artist relief fund. But turns out it was for Icon. So I applied for the grant. I thought it was a grant. I was just like, they about to fund my next album, low key.
So
I applied for the grant in my mind, and I got like 2 interviews, and I was just like, in my mind, I got this grant.
Right.
So the lady from Icon called me. It's just like, this was what I thought was the 3rd interview. She was just like, this is not an interview. I'm calling to let you know that you are the recipient of the scholarship.
That's what
I was
I'm
like,
talking about.
Scholarship? Like, I thought this was a grant.
I need that money in my bank today.
Do,
Right.
She was like, you do know you got to move to LA, right? And I was like, for real, I didn't know that. But,
Oh my goodness.
but so I got a scholarship to come back to music school, which was a blessing because, again, I thought I was done with school, but I've always been afraid to pursue music.
That's real.
I've always been afraid.
I relate.
And so when I finally did it in 2016, and then I moved in 2018, and then the scholarship came, in 2020, I was just like, okay, I'm doing something right. And so
Right.
coming to Icon, low key, was like a blessing in disguise because it's kind of what I needed to give me that extra push. And so I came to Icon. It was a great experience. I got a minority scholarship. And so low key, I knew coming into it that I was not going to see a lot of me.
Yeah.
Praise God, I saw you.
Yeah.
We met
day.
here at
Yeah.
Icon.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. I took a lot away from Icon. Like, prior to Icon, I didn't see myself as a producer. When I left, I was just like, I can produce now. And so since
Right.
then, I've been able to produce some theme songs for like some other podcasts.
Okay.
So shout out to the Gin and Juice podcast, Melissa and Melanie, that's Kevin Sage's wife. I produced
Kev
their
on
theme
stage.
song for Gin and Juice, as well as some other ones. But I would not have been able to do that if it wasn't for Icon.
Right.
That's crazy though. I'm like a voice of God. You don't see me.
Shout out to Yaz too, because I met
Yes.
Yaz at Icon, like one
Yeah.
of the first Black people I saw, and I was just like, all right, I can do it. I can stick around a little bit longer
Right,
because
right.
of your
Yeah.
presence, low key. So thank you.
No, I appreciate that. But what I was gonna say is, I don't know if I can keep this in here, but it's crazy because I went to Icon in 2016, and the fact that they even had something like that for people like us was unheard of back when I went there. So that's another thing to add on to your story is that wasn't even existent or in existence when I went here.
Sure.
So now the fact that you got that at the time that you needed it, when it wasn't
Yeah.
even
Right.
that wasn't even an option for me.
Sure.
So that fact that it was an option for you was another part of your calling, I feel like. And shout out to Icon for that because they were like, you know what, we
Shout
need
out to
this
Icon.
here.
Shout out to Icon.
Yeah, I agree, like 100%. And yes, like I'm crazy enough to believe, y'all, that scholarship was created just for me.
I mean, it
Like,
was, man.
That's
and
crazy.
granted,
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
people benefited from it. I'm crazy to believe that the scholarship was created for me because God needed to use that as a vehicle to get me to LA.
Yep.
Otherwise, I don't know how long it would have taken for me to get here.
Right.
God was like, no,
Right.
I need you there now.
Yeah.
I know this will push you to get there. I'm also crazy to believe that Tabitha opened her restaurant just so that we can meet each other.
That's not
Man.
crazy at all.
The
I'm
only reason why
telling
I'm
you.
saying that is because the restaurant is closed now. But it was open it was a window of time for us to
Right.
make that connection.
Right.
Like, I ain't gonna make this a super spiritual podcast, but God is fond of me.
That's real. Highly
Like, he will
favored.
literally move mountains for me. I believe that.
Yeah.
And not just for me, for y'all too.
Absolutely.
And I'm just walking in it.
So do you
That's
believe
real.
everything happens for a reason?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. I believe that. This is crazy. So we were talking about this off camera, but when I was in, I want to say maybe 6th grade, I auditioned for Star Search.
Ooh.
And one of the audition questions was, what's your favorite quote? And my favorite quote at the time was, all things happen for a reason. And I believe that. And here's the thing, even if it wasn't necessarily created by God, maybe it's a bad thing,
Right.
it can still be used for good.
Absolutely.
We can still learn from it. We can still grow
Right.
from it. And so, yeah, I'm a believer that everything happens for a reason.
That's amazing.
Man.
Okay, so you actually spoke about fear a second ago, right? As a musician, something that you said you can also relate to, right? So just curious, what advice would you have for any other artists out there who are struggling with fear? How do you get over it? Do you just push yourself out there? But like, but also like a lot of people just don't have that to
Yeah.
push themselves. Like, what can they do?
That's a great question. I would say do it scared.
Oh,
Do it scared.
okay.
Yeah, like
do it scared.
do
Wow.
it scared. Like even if there's a fear, do it scared. I used to be so afraid to speak in public. Like people wouldn't know this, but I'm an introvert. Like I do not. It's true, bro. I know. I know I come off as like real fun, but low key, I'm an introvert. In the past, I was not a public speaker at all. I could not even. I didn't want to be in front of people. I already have this country accent. It used to be a lot thicker, by the way.
Yeah.
But like I just wasn't a fan. But shout out to Miss Gloria.
Yeah.
Miss
I did
Gloria.
it scared. And so
Okay.
after time, the more that you do it, the more natural it feels. The more
Yeah.
comfortable you
Okay.
become. Shout out to my boy. I'm gonna put you out there, but my bro just had one of his first shows.
Indeed.
Bro, the more that you do that, the more by the way, he killed it. By the way,
Okay, okay.
Right on, right
and I
on.
can even imagine like the more you do it, you're gonna be natural up there.
It is, and I will say this. I'm gonna throw it right back on you. You have been a huge inspiration for me, man.
Wow.
Because if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't seen, Rob is like one of the greatest performers I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
So the fact that you're sitting up here talking about you an introvert is it inspires me even more.
Sure.
You feel me? Because I'm an extrovert. I've always felt like I can get up and talk to anybody and be all right.
No, not me.
You know? He said,
Wow.
nah, not me.
Mm.
And so watching you up there, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not an extrovert. You know what I mean? That's an extrovert.
Mm.
But really, man,
Huh.
you're just you're stepping into that fear, man, and
Yeah.
and that's commendable, and I'm extremely inspired by that. You know what I
Appreciate
mean?
it, bro.
Because here's another quote: if it doesn't scare you, you know what I mean? It's what is it?
It's
You know
probably
what I
not
mean?
big
Like,
enough.
it's not
Low
big
key.
enough. You're not pushing those boundaries, and you're not growing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so yeah, step into that fear. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do it scared.
I have a question for both of y'all, right? And like music aside or just whatever, this is about anything in life. What is the scariest thing you've done? Like, and you committed to actually doing it. It could be like rock climbing or whatever. Like, what's the scariest thing you've done? Take a second, think about it. Think
Thank
about
you.
it.
That's tough. I mean, I already had something,
What?
but my my biggest fear, I would have to say, you know, I grew up in a small town. We talked about that, Indianapolis, and I felt like when I left, you know, 18, 17, I felt like that I was terrified. Like I didn't know what the world is about to do to me or any of that. And I went to the military. I went to boot camp. So like I was just, you know, I never thought about joining the military either. So when I did it, I was completely out of my comfort zone, and I had no idea what I was gonna do. So that was by far the scariest moment. And every moment after that has prepared me for every moment after that.
Yeah.
Facing fear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's real.
deep.
That's real.
That's deep.
Yeah, man. So I mean, now I feel like after that, you know, I
You
can
can conquer anything.
Conquer
sure.
it all. You feel me?
For sure.
So, what about you?
That's dope. Mine is not as deep. Like,
Okay,
And
mine
that's
not that
okay.
deep.
And that's okay.
low key, like I've come a long way, y'all, but it used to be cats.
Cats.
Wait, I don't mess with no cats to this
Bro.
day, so I get it.
Bro, they scare me for real. I've come a long way.
Cats.
Yeah.
I love
Like I had this fear
cats.
that they were just like claw my face.
I
And
mean,
like
they will.
interesting.
like they have so
Piss
many
'em off.
inches and I mean I got a good face, but like not
Yeah.
not that reason. It's just
Yeah.
it was a natural fear. I think because my older sister was super scared and that fear just kind of rolled off on me. but I'm a lot better now. Like
They curl that back, and you just see it's like that is unnatural.
Even
what
when
are
they're
you
getting ready
doing?
to fight each other.
You can fight a dog, but a cat, you're not fighting no
Wait a
cat.
minute, you swinging on dogs out here?
But I ain't trying to fight.
I mean,
either.
if a dog I'm running first.
You gonna run first?
I'm
I'm
running
running
first. I'm fast too, so I get away.
I'm super fast.
What if
too.
like a
Yeah.
Doberman start coming after you? What you gonna do?
Find the nearest car? Like I'm jumping on a car.
I'm hurling that car.
Like no, yeah, for sure.
Hurling on top
I'm getting
of
on
that
the
car.
top.
I'm gonna be like what is it, Day on next Friday?
On Friday, yeah.
My
Listen, a
goodness.
quick little story. So like in between, like I've always been trying to pursue music, but like I had graduated from Howard, and I had this period where I was just trying to figure out life. So I got a job with FedEx, delivering packages during the holidays.
Grab my ass.
Bro, one of my biggest fears was getting chased by a dog.
Said that dog grab my ass.
Wait, but that's a thing though. Like dogs do not fuck with anybody in a uniform for some reason.
They
Like
don't.
I think it's the truck too. It's real big.
Yeah.
Like I think it's intimidating for them. And bro, I was always like on edge. Like every time I
I
saw a
would
dog.
be too. I already know. I'm throwing packages. Okay.
If you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. But I ain't about to walk up to no unfamiliar dog.
Yeah, talking about come here.
No, that's a setup.
Nah.
wait, I'm cracking up because I was thinking about like when I was young. Wait, I don't know about you to say that.
No, you got to now. You started.
You gotta say it now.
Oh my goodness. One of my homegirls had invited me over. She was like, all right, girl, just to let you know, I got roaches. And I said, girl, I don't know your roaches.
Listen, I know mine.
I know mine.
Your roaches is unfamiliar.
Me and mine cool, but
Right.
over here,
You know.
no, not the
You
roaches.
know, like, listen, yours might try to crawl on me in the middle of the night, or like, they might get up in my business.
over here, they respect me.
Right, we got to understand
I
it.
got my roaches trained.
Right.
They're obedient.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I work from
Man.
these hours, they work in the late hours. We
Okay.
got times over here. Yours might come
We clock out at the
in.
same time. When I'm asleep, they sleep.
I don't know
When
yours.
I'm up, they up. I don't know yours.
That's what I'm saying. They unfamiliar.
December,
Hell
that is
no.
crazy. That's hilarious.
Yo,
crazy.
that's hilarious. Hell no, not roaches, guys. Come on. We went from cats to dogs to roaches.
did we
Listen,
get here?
I don't trust cats just like I don't trust roaches. Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Since you are a live performer and all that kind of stuff, right? Talk to me about like, say your voice goes out.
Ooh, that's
What
good.
do you do if you got a performance coming up in the next few days?
Yeah, that's very good. I think so. Again, I'm no expert, but vocal rest is so important.
Okay.
Like, let's not talk at all. Let's just chill. I'm also a big advocate of throat coat. It's a tea.
Yes.
It works really well if you drink it a couple of days before, especially the night before.
Okay.
And then really just water. Drink a lot of water.
Just water.
Right.
Drink a lot of water.
Do you be drinking the 8 cups a day?
I drink as much as I can.
I'm curious.
I don't know if I get to the eight cups
Tough.
a day.
I'll be like,
That is
Yeah.
I'm almost on my.
mad as
I'll
fuck.
be trying.
Like, damn, this ain't no Snaffle. What the fuck I'm
Oh,
doing
I be
this?
trying to
Hey.
drink. I be trying to drink a lot of water, but low key, I drink more when I know I got an upcoming performance.
Okay.
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 Fair
Rest.
enough.
Rest is
Rest.
important too. Like
Yeah.
I know some vocalists that like swear by rest. I'm trying to do better. I don't always get enough rest just because life be lifing and I be busy, but rest is important.
How many hours a night do you need of sleep?
I at least try to get 6.
Okay.
If I could get up to 7 to 8, I'll take it, but I'll at least try to get 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, you do be having these live performances and stuff. So how many hours of sleep are you getting before a performance? Because they seem like you're going full out on stage, like you're doing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I be trying. I try to give the people a good show.
Yeah.
Now, don't be deceived. I'm not up there dancing. Like I'm not a Beyonce. Like I'm a sing for you.
But that's energy
he
to be
singing.
moving and doing all that kind of
and
stuff.
I'm a jumper too,
Right.
so I be moving.
You be moving.
I be
bruh.
yeah.
You be having your Apple Watch
Sing.
on and count them
Thank
calories.
you.
You having a big thick vein coming out. I'm like, dang,
I
he
appreciate
singing.
it, bro.
I'm telling you,
Putting
that
in work.
bitch Putting in work.
Bro, I appreciate it. Shout out to
Yeah.
Max too. I'm gonna answer your question, but shout out to Max, bro, because you've come to just about all of my live
Have
shows
to.
in LA. I appreciate it. I
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
bro. You one of my favorite artists, bro. So like,
I appreciate it, bro.
I get to
Thank
see you now. Like, it's a privilege because I already know them ticket prices about to be. They about to
Soon
start
to
going
come.
up.
Soon to
Yeah,
come.
I
I'm not
already
mad
know.
at that. I'm not
I
mad
already
at that.
know.
Wait, that's a good friend. Like it's really a mark of a good friendship if you show up for people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, y'all don't have to talk every day, but
Right.
like whenever they have something, just show up for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I really fuck with you.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
just pull up.
it. Yeah, like
Yep.
just showing up. Like that's an
Yeah.
investment in itself.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's an investment in itself. Just showing up for your friends, or
Yeah.
especially the people. Here's the thing. To answer your question, I,
Mm-hmm.
even before the show, still 6 hours. Like I be trying to get more,
Yeah.
but still 6 hours. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
But going back to the investment piece, it means a lot, and it goes so far to have someone know, like for me to know that, that's my homie. He's rooting for me.
Yeah.
Like even like my sister, she's in Miami, but like before every show, and my best friend, she's in Atlanta. They will call, say, "You good? You good? I can't wait to see it. Like go out there and kill it."
And she comes out to a lot of these shows.
And she
too.
would fly just to come see me.
Yeah.
Like that's an investment.
Dang.
Like she's rooting for me. I would never forget. I during the pandemic, I was in New York and I would be singing in the subway. Probably should not have been because I'm projecting with no mask on, but still, like low key. People would come and they would like give like dollars and sometimes $5 in coins.
Dang.
I will appreciate that. But you know what I appreciated more?
What?
Like the stranger who was walking and would just give me a head nod, like, "Dang, you killing it."
Yeah.
They ain't even have to give me no money, but like
They
just that
did.
head nod, acknowledging me,
Validation.
validation. That
Yeah.
meant so much. Like, oh, you sound good, or you
Yeah.
killing it.
Yeah.
That meant a lot.
Because you're working so hard, man, every day.
Yeah.
You work so hard on your music. You know, you make that. I mean, you're a producer as well. So you produce the beat and then you record the beat or you write the lyrics. Then you
Yeah.
record it and then you get it mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
And then you rehearse and then you pay your band and you pick the
Come on
venue
now.
and then they
Yeah.
fly out, right? They're not even from, they don't live here,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
they fly out and do all this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm you gonna need some validation. Like if I'm doing all that,
I need it.
I need at least a head nod.
I need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The validation, honestly, it's gonna take you a long way. Like I need that foundation. Before I was getting paid with money, I was getting paid with validation,
Yeah, that's real.
and that kept me doing it.
Yeah, for real.
So do you think all artists like are wherever you are in your journey, you're gonna need that validation? Like is Beyonce still needing validation?
I think so, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, how do you know what you're doing is making an impact? How do you know that what you're doing is reaching your intended audience? You don't know that unless you get that. Oh, I listened to your album. I was about to take my life, but you
Wow.
inspired me. Like I knew that I could live on. Like that is a testimony. Like I'm sure. Like we don't have to give Beyonce money. She got it.
Right.
It's the validation that's keeping her going.
Yeah.
I believe that for every artist on whatever level.
Yeah, that's real, man. I mean, yeah,
Like one
'cause
day, sorry, bro, not to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
I'm gonna be selling out arenas.
you
Like
will.
money won't be an issue anymore.
Right.
Like I'm gonna need something beyond that, and it's gonna be the validation of the people that I'm making the music for.
That's real, man. That's real. And again, you work so hard, and it shows when you perform. Like I said, every time I see you, it really is. I can take it home. I always
Hey.
take it home. You feel me?
That's good, bro. Thank you.
But aside from that,
Yeah.
aside from the music, because we in LA,
Yeah.
we got to make money.
Yes, come on.
What's your occupation? What do you do?
Yeah, so I think I was telling y'all earlier, I'm a professional social worker. And so when I came to Icon, really in 2018, I left the field in general. I moved to New York City. I was like, I'm done being a social worker. Like, I'm stressed out. Like, I need to pursue my dream.
Right.
So I did that. And I did that for 5 years. And I pursued music just like full out. When I graduated from Icon, I had an opportunity to work for the Recording Academy. And so the Recording Academy has a charity. It's an affiliate organization called Music Cares. And so I am a social worker, client manager. And so we provide short-term grant for human services, but also mental health, but also medical for people specifically in the music community.
Wow, that's
So,
amazing, man.
I'm working music full-time as an artist, but also as a social worker.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Giving yourself a lot of chances too, and
Here's the thing, you just said it. Like, we're in LA. It's not cheap out here.
It's
Yeah.
not
Also,
cheap.
chasing your dream is not cheap. Like,
it's not.
And so, like, I had this conversation with a couple of artists. Like, should I quit my full-time job to pursue music? If you can afford it.
Right.
If you can
if you
afford
feel
it.
like it's the time That's a tough question to ask.
It is a tough question.
Or
it's not a lot of income in the beginning, and I'm still in the beginning as an artist.
Right.
And so I did that struggling artist life for a long time, and I was barely paying the bills. If you're barely paying the bills, then I don't know how much mental capacity you have to even create.
I know you. Yeah.
And so let me use wisdom. I'm still paying for this degree.
Yeah.
Let me find out a way to do both, right? Until I can afford. I'm bringing enough money in with just Rob Lorie music that I can afford to do that full time. I would just use wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a question, because I did see on your social media, like you posted a video, like, listen, I've been pushing content for 22 days straight, right? Like, how important do you see social media being as an avenue towards reaching your dreams as a musician?
So important.
Okay.
And here's the thing: two things can be true at the same time. It's so important, but it's so hard. As an artist, it's so hard and stressful to push out content because you know that you have to do it, one, in order to build a genuine audience, but two, in order to like just beat the algorithm. Like you have to be posting it. So what you're talking about, I think I posted for 31 days until I had a live performance here. I did a live album recording in LA. And so I did 31 days of content leading up to that. It was fun. Like I got a lot of engagement, but it was also hard.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, it's super important. It's kind of like, it's the thing now. Back in the day, I'm gonna go way back in the day.
Back in my day,
like you could be discovered like singing on the corner. We're thinking about like the Motown era.
Right.
That's not happening anymore. Like you're discovered based on your social media and your following, your TikToks. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. Nowadays,
we just gotta adjust.
You're the talent nowadays. Not only because like how you said, you used to just be the talent and that's it.
Yeah.
Just let me know where I need to be. And I'll sing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you got to be your own manager. You got to be your social media PR person. You got to, be your own stylist.
All of it. You got to do it all.
And all that stuff. So
you got to do it all in a sea of other people doing the same thing.
Right.
Like it's so many people.
Right.
It's saturated. So many people pursuing it. I'm not mad at it. It's just this is the time we're living in, and so you just got to make the best of it. And so I challenge myself to post as much as possible. But here's the thing: when I need a break, I need a break.
Right.
And so I haven't been posting as much because I just did a live album recording in LA, but then also in North Carolina. And so like that was a big feat.
yeah,
I'm tired. I need a break. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna start posting soon. I got some upcoming projects coming, so I'll get back into the swing of it. But I think it's important for us to give ourselves permission to take a break.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. I also noticed that you have a very fashionable look, right? Right. That's important on social media too, to just stand out. So
It's true.
how do you describe your style?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would just say easy.
Easy
So you
peasy.
think this is an easy style?
No.
Okay. I don't think that.
And then you ask him where he got it, and he'll be like, "Oh, I thrifted it yesterday." You be like, "Bro,
Yeah, low key, like 99%, maybe 98% of my wardrobe is thrifted. But also, like, man, shout out to a humble beginning. Like growing up, we did not have much, and so like we learned to like make the best of what we had. And so I think low key, I think that's where most of my creativity comes from. Just not having a lot growing up. And so like we had to make the best. Like even my sister, she is a fashion stylist and a blogger. Like all of her content, probably 98% is thrifted because like we used to go to like flea markets like every morning.
Right.
That's not true. Every Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Then we would go to yard sales on Saturday mornings. And so like we had to make the best of what we had. And so if I could describe my style, it feels easy now, but because I've been doing it for a minute, but creative, like it's also like it's not super busy. Like I don't do a whole lot. More times than not, I'm probably wearing something neutral and one signature piece like a shirt. If it's not my shirt, the pants. If it's not, the hair is already doing a lot on its own. So like I don't want to like be in your face.
Yeah.
Actually, some days I might be in your face.
Some days you gotta
I
go
just do what I
crazy.
feel. I just do what I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. It's thrifting. I will say is hard work.
hard.
I am not a thrifter. I ain't got it in me. I walk in, I be stressed. Like,
Yeah. But also people feel like they gotta go in and get their whole wardrobe in that one setting.
Okay.
I might just buy a shirt, one shirt every Saturday, or like
feel
one
that.
item every other week. And it's not it's $4.99, $12.99 at max.
Right.
And that's how you build the wardrobe.
It
Like,
just-
and it
you-
doesn't have to be overwhelming.
You must sit there and take your time. See, I be
Low key. So
no.
like when you first start, you will go rack by rack, piece by piece. But like my sister, who's an expert at this point, she would literally go in and like she could sweep, and she was like, "Ain't nothing here."
Dang.
Like, and she knows it. Or she'll see a
Dang.
piece, she'll grab it, and she'll go. Shout out the story behind the look. That's my sister. But yeah, with time,
Right, right,
like you
right.
get better.
You got to develop that vision, is what you're saying.
You gotta have a
Right.
vision,
Right.
but
He
also
said you don't got it. Y'all just
I ain't
don't
got it.
the vision
Don't
shouldn't
got
be
it.
super
Thrift shop.
specific.
Nah.
You shouldn't go in thinking that, oh, I'm gonna get this one thing because you won't find it.
You won't.
Just go in
Right.
looking for like signature pieces. I might not wear this
Got
for another 6
you.
months, but like I got it in the stash if I need it.
Okay, see, that's what I do. I'll go. I always find myself at a thrift shop, like before, let's say I have a dinner that night. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
and get a nice, shirt like that or something like that, and
Yeah.
that's all I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Where, you're
Hold
right.
on,
Just
you going to a thrift shop before dinner to look for a piece?
sometimes, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's brave.
yeah.
That's brave because
It is,
you
but-
could go in, ain't nothing there.
You're right. I might have something that I have, but I'm like, let me go see.
I see. Okay.
if I can get something fresh.
Sure,
different.
You know what I
And
mean?
what's cool about it though, and I say thrift, but also consignment. It's a little bit more
Right.
Yeah.
updated and
I need to come
and cleaner.
to your
Sometimes,
closet.
yeah, but like go in looking for something. The beauty of it is you're gonna have something that no one else has.
Yeah. that's
More
true.
times than not,
Right.
That's true. That's true.
and that's why it's
Right.
cool.
You know what make me mad? When I walk into a thrift shop and they got the nerve to be selling some Sheen items
Oh man.
for like
Ah, that's
over
true.
$10. I'm
Nah, I
like,
hate
are y'all
that.
out of pocket?
Nah, I
This
hate that.
definitely costed $1.50.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know it did.
Yeah, but more times than not,
real.
they're not even aware. They're just like, oh, this
True.
looks good.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
$15.
I used to be like, y'all out of pocket. out of
I'll
pocket.
price match this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Man.
Wait,
But-
so you use style to kind of separate yourself, like show your vibe and like express yourself as an artist and everything like that, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of want to like see how else you do that. Like how else in your brand do you use like your live shows, how you do social media, anything like that? Like how do you think you show your brand and your identity through those things? I know that's a loaded question,
That
but
is super loaded.
right. So let me start
Yeah.
with like maybe your live performance because I feel like that stood out from the rest. And we talked about this earlier, and the fact that you had an EP and you did this whole thing. Like, can you tell me about that process and what you think made it stand out from other things that other artists do?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can really speak to what other artists do. I know that my goal is to always be as genuine as possible. A way for me to do that is to have a way to communicate with my audience. And so storytelling is super important for me. And I think that's part of my brand. Like I enjoy telling stories. On my first album, Black Gold, there's a track called Unusual Stones. And it's just me telling a story that I wrote, but really was the foundation of the album. And so if I get a chance to like have a conversation with the audience, then I'm good. Because I need for you to be able to relate to me because for some of them, they came to see a stranger. But by the time they leave the performance, I feel like I know Rob a lot more. And so like that's I think that's on brand for me, like being able to tell a story. And here's the thing, I can vocally tell a story, or I can tell it through the music that I'm creating, or through my hair, through my style. Like you're gonna know like something a little bit more about me. And so like I really try to be intentional with really everything about me. Like I'm even into like sometimes I feel like an old man, but like I'm into like interior design too. Like I need my house to look, the place where I'm sleeping, I need it to look a certain way because I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I need it to smell a certain way because I'm about to be there. I need to be comfortable there. So
Right.
everything that I'm
Right.
creating, two things I'll say, like I really want to make the listener comfortable.
Okay, so on that note, on the storytelling note, what are your top 3 artists that tell the best stories in their music? Yeah.
This is good.
that a tough one?
This
Yeah.
is good. This is good. So I'm gonna go like non-mainstream,
Okay.
but the 3 to come to mind first is Molly Music, who is one of my favorite artists of all time. I relate to him in a sense because I think like similar to my music and PJ Morton. He's almost like a bridge from like secular artists and like gospel artists. But I think his storytelling is amazing. There's another singer by the name of Avery Sunshine. She's out in Atlanta. Phenomenal storyteller. And then one of the best storytellers I think is Tank and the Bangers. If you're not familiar, they're out of New Orleans, and they won NPR Tiny Desk like years ago. And if you watch that Tiny Desk, she does a performance of Roller Coaster, and the story before the introduction to the song, I'm already in tears.
Wow.
Like that's a storyteller to me, and that's what I try to do with Unusual Stones, and I think I made that before her. But still, like again, I want you to feel it. Yeah. So like those are probably my top 3 right now.
Do you find it tough to find that balance between telling a good story and also still making it like a catchy, trendy song? Like, or are you just like leaning more into like, we're just going to tell the story and like whatever comes out of this comes out of this? Like, because I feel like as an artist, like it's like, damn, like, do we want to go for like the mainstream kind of vibe, or do we want to really focus on like the realness of it?
Yeah, I think there's room for both.
Okay.
I think as an artist, we should attempt to pursue both. Now, that might not be a popular answer, but I'm not mad at making stuff like for mainstream because, again, I want everybody to be able to rock with Rob Lorie. Right. But to answer your question about the storytelling, I think storytelling can be catchy too. It doesn't have to be this dramatic story where you got to be like completely zoned in to like get the concept of the song. Nah, it could be something super simple,
easy peasy story,
easy peasy catchy. Like it could be both.
Right,
it could be both.
Right.
So I don't really feel that. Here's the thing: I don't really feel that struggle. But also, I'm not intentionally trying to make a song that like, oh, this is a great story to tell. Yeah. Or I'm not always trying to make super catchy stuff either. Like if I can get something a little bit of both, then I get a little bit of both.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that, and I like all the things that you tied in together. I like the artists that you picked. And I know earlier I'd asked you for some of your top favorite artists.
And it was hard.
I know, it was so hard. I know, but it's because we have a segment. Wow, I said segment. I don't even know what I said.
Let's
go segment.
Right word? I know, I think I said segment, and then when it came out, it might have sounded right. But we do have a segment that we call the Final Four. We're still working on the name, but that might
Final
stay
Four.
there. And it's a game that we play. We can,
I love that. Final Four. Y'all got some
Come on
segment
now.
music?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Final Four right now too. March Madness.
Oh my God.
There's a jingle.
There we go.
that
Let's
was a
put you
joke.
in the
There.
studio.
Don't use that.
Let's put you in the studio.
And
No,
we
that
are
might
not
be it,
paying you for
honestly.
that, but thank you.
It's
Right?
yours. You got it.
Oh, perfect.
Pay me in Chipotle. I ain't mad.
Baby in Chipotle or El Pollo Loco. Yeah. But I got a few games. There's 4 of them. I think we might, I don't know how many y'all want to do, but I picked one already that we're going to do. And I like this one. It's called Letter Roulette.
Let's go.
Right?
Right, sit up, everybody.
Yeah,
Sit
sit
up.
up, get ready.
Oh, get
And
ready.
let's see how y'all want to play this game. Do y'all want to play this with him, or do you want him to just whatever you
Is
guys
this the one we got
interject,
the
whatever?
record on?
I'm gonna tell you how to play the game, but I want
Tell
y'all
me.
to decide.
We can play.
first.
Let's do it.
You want some
Yeah.
help?
And
We
then if
need
we're
we
bad,
need
cut us out.
redemption.
Okay. Cut me
let's,
off.
let's let him try to get a little bit in the beginning, and
Yeah.
then y'all like kind of interject when you see him getting a little. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So
okay.
just help him out whenever you see him.
Help a brother out.
Yeah, right. All right. So letter roulette is name as many artists that start with the chosen letter in 60 seconds.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. And I got a letter already. It's
Oh, wait,
I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
All right,
you
let's
you
go.
don't like this
It's
game?
gonna be an
Is it
this nigga.
name how many as possible or name like 5 or 10?
Name as many
As
as you
many.
can in 60 seconds. I'm gonna start a timer. I'm gonna say the letter,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna press start on the timer.
All right, let's go.
So, well, actually, let me explain it like this. I'm gonna say the letter,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna say ready, set, go. The timer will start, and then I'll tell you when you're done. So just keep going
Okay.
as many as you can.
Okay.
All right.
And for the first time, did y'all play this last episode or this the first time?
They
We
played
played
this.
We played it.
They played
Okay.
this.
I'm trying to like
But they didn't really know either.
I'm
They
trying to set a
kinda-
standard.
No, you
Nah,
got. You were the first
don't worry,
guest.
don't worry about how we did.
Yeah.
all right? Don't worry about sweetheart.
sweetheart.
Don't worry about
All right, here we go.
sweetheart.
All right, you ready for the letter?
Yeah.
Remember how I said ready, set, go after the ready, set, go. The
Gotcha.
letter is J.
J.
Ready, set, go.
Jay-Z. Janet Jackson. Janelle Monáe.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, Jadakiss, Ja Rule,
James Brown.
J. Cole. J. Cole, yeah, let's go. Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, for real. That's a whole nother artist.
Jennifer Hudson.
Come on, yeah. Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Holiday. Jennifer Lewis sang too. She do. Jonathan Nelson. Jason Nelson. These are gospel artists.
Okay.
JoJo. Shout out to JoJo.
Janae Aiko.
Jay Holiday.
Ooh.
What's her name?
Janae Aiko.
Yep.
Yeah.
Janae Aiko. Jennifer Aniston. No, I'm joking.
Jared Leto.
She
I'm
sang
sure he
that
sings.
Hey! There we go.
Damn.
You actually killed it. I'm not
Standard.
gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Standard.
Dang, we will not air the one we did. For
Why you
this
give me-
is definitely the
Y'all
first.
also help me out. But low key,
Ooh,
That
any
was good.
future guest, they gotta beat that.
that
No,
was
that was
real
really good.
Like how
I don't even know. I'm gonna have to play that back. I
Yeah,
think
we're gonna
because
run
he
that
started
back.
counting.
At least 12.
He did more than the two
About
hands.
11.
About 11.
Amen.
First of all, the
11.
Jennifer Lopez and J Lo being two different separate artists is hilarious.
I know that was funny. I'm trying to figure out what she
Hilarious.
was-
Now,
Yeah.
Jennifer, Lopez is more the actress. J Lo is the.
No, sorry.
He counted two. It was
Yeah,
good.
well then that means Jennifer Lopez wouldn't work then. If
No,
she's
actually, it
actress.
would because she ain't become J Lo into Jenny from the Block. Am I not wrong?
Yeah, but
was
why
a
is
pity
Max
era.
being a hater though?
For real.
Right now.
She was singing in her movies as an actress. She was singing as a
Cuz
Selena.
we
That
got
is
like
true.
what? We got like
Yeah.
3, 4.
I'm not gonna lie.
She got some
it was,
hits, though.
It was a struggle. But
Right.
Good
let's
job, bro.
yeah.
What
let's
was the
clap it
struggle?
up
Her
for
singing?
it.
Good
Listen, I'm
No,
super
y'all-
competitive. I'm trying.
that was
Yeah,
good.
we were pretty bad.
you.
We were warming up,
Yeah.
so
Right.
it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Anyways, let's clap it up for Rob Lorie.
All right.
That was a good one.
Thank
I'm
you.
talking
But I
about
do
Rob.
have another one though.
Oh, another game?
Yeah, y'all
Okay.
ready for
Another
another
game?
one?
Okay,
Come
okay,
on.
okay,
Man,
okay.
we probably should have.
Come on,
All right.
Rob.
But here we go.
Hey.
Dang.
This is the one. This is that one that
Oh, Lord.
I think it's just a little harder. It's called Name That Song.
Oh,
Okay.
no. I'm out.
No, you got this. You got this.
Okay,
This is
let's
why
go.
we picked the artist, because out of one of those artists, I'm gonna read lyrics from one of those artists.
I barely know my lyrics.
Ah, dang. Oh, this is gonna be hard for you.
Now, here we go. Let's go.
All right.
feel
So
you.
you got 60 seconds. We do have lifelines though.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to explain it. I read aloud lyrics from an iconic artist. And then you have to guess what artist it is in 60 seconds. You can also get bonus points if you name the song, or if they want to help
okay.
you out for this one. I think they should be able to help you out for
I
this
got
one.
you. Now, I'm
Right?
trying to do it by myself for the first
Oh.
30 seconds.
Okay,
at the
cool.
end.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So the categories that can help you out with, like, we're a lifeline. If you want to say, like, I'm going to use one of my lifelines,
Yeah.
maybe I'll pause it for a second or whatever. We'll figure it out. The lifelines are genre,
Yeah.
gender, decade,
Mhm.
chorus of the song. I'll just do the chorus because I'm not going to do the chorus. The choruses are too easy.
Sure.
You know?
Lyric wise.
Yeah, lyric wise, exactly. And then hometown.
Okay.
So some of these artists like can be more than
She about to pick an
one.
artist that I already.
Yeah,
ain't
you
gonna know- I
know.
only know 2 songs.
No, you got. I think you got this. All right, so I'm gonna read the lyrics
Okay.
and then I'll start the timer.
All right.
You can even interject if you get it beforehand, because if you know it, you know it.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna start saying the lyrics. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. Go.
My initial thought was Chris Brown, but I need a little bit more.
Can you
You want a
Let's do a
lifeline?
lifeline.
That's lifeline.
Which one? Genre, decade, gender, chorus, hometown.
I want that chorus.
Chorus.
Yeah, let's do chorus.
Wow.
I was gonna say genre, but you know, let's do
Okay.
chorus.
She
talking about
the chorus
wow.
was thrown in there. Why would I not?
Okay.
It's an option.
Ready?
Yeah,
You're just too good to be true.
can't take my eyes off of you.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Hey,
Yeah.
there
Very
we go.
good.
Wait.
Eyes off
There we
you.
I
go.
don't remember those lyrics.
I kind of remember it. in the
Are you ready?
beginning.
Pardon the way that I stare.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You're
Na,
just-
na, 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 na.
Yeah, that's it.
You know I
Good
can
job,
sing, right,
December.
y'all?
That was good.
Good job. Clap it up for
Very
y'all.
Sickle.
Clap it
Okay,
up for
okay.
y'all.
Cool game, yes. I like this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's
I
go, Coulture.
appreciate it.
Just
All
so
right.
you know, I've won twice now.
Uh-oh.
Dang.
When did you,
The first
did
time
you
I
just win
played-
right now?
Yeah, that was me.
She just got it.
You're the one that made it a competition too.
Yeah.
That
No,
show
December made
was
it a
you.
competition.
Dang, you did
You
win.
said chorus.
Hold on, but I won last time. I
No.
thought I won.
It was me.
You won. You had the Michael Jackson, but I had the Millie. Yeah, that little
Wasn't
Wayne,
that
Millie.
wasn't that by yourself?
Oh.
Yeah, but I still won.
We in competition, my boy. Okay.
All right,
You didn't know
2 to
we're
1.
beefing out here. You didn't know.
Y'all are stupid.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you'll
Next-
be
next time.
You'll
It's
be
all
ready for the next one.
Yeah.
You know. Well, it has been amazing having you on the show. Killed it with these games.
Come on, man.
I
Yes,
mean,
man.
you really setting the standard. You was in
Let's
line
go.
about
That's
that.
the goal.
You
That's the
setting the
goal.
standard. Everybody else who even thinks about coming on this show, I'm gonna need you to tell me more than like J-Lo's artist, like her
For real.
artist Dave and like her Selena acting and stuff. Like that's how you answer a question.
Let's go.
Multi-dimensional.
That's
Okay.
true, I guess. Now I get it.
See, you was a hater. Selena, she was working and
I
singing
sure
as Jennifer
was.
Lopez.
See, you didn't even think about that. You
I
see?
did.
Oh, you
No,
did?
shout out December.
You didn't.
I love
she
that.
helped you out, man. But man, it was a pleasure, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
honestly, dude. Like, thank you so much for stopping by the Culture, man. And it's always a pleasure, and we're craving that. I need something to take home. you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
real, man.
we'll definitely be bumping it. We'll be streaming it, whatever. You know,
For sure.
we gonna be supporting. So, very exciting. So happy to have you here. Definitely come back, please.
I would love to. I would love to. Thank you so
Come on,
much
man.
for
If we can
sharing
get
the
you.
platform. I appreciate y'all. No, you always can, bro.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
man.
love that. All right, well, this is the Culture Podcast. Once again, I am your host, December.
And I'm Shinye.
Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. Come back next week.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Very good.
That was great, honestly. That was
Yeah.
really good.
That was good. That was great.
It was
That was really good.
natural, man.
Natural.
That was
Natural.
Yeah, I really like that.
Y'all did that.
Check out the Culture Podcast, Season 1, streaming on all platforms.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we drop a new episode.